Alright, welcome back to rotarycraft. So what I want to do here is keep on doing some more stuff, I guess. So yeah, let's put another one in there. Put it in place. Let's just I'm just going to build something here. I'm going to use build something simple. I'm going to use some more things. Clutch. There's two types of clutch. Clutch and the multi-directional clutch. Okay, so yeah. So we're going to try to do all the things that I've done before already. So let's have a look. So we want the input. This is the only thing. Sometimes if you want it to be on this side, you can't actually see the line going out. I feel like the input is. I think the input is on this side, which is going to be the purple, and the output is going to be the yellow. I mean, that's how it looks like to me. Purple, yellow. So we'll see how that goes. Could put a clutch in here. I'm curious to see if this will work over here in this spot. And then what could we do? We could have two. But we know that I mean, from what we've basically, I've kind of given up on what I was doing before with the shaft junction. I'm going to accept this as two inputs, one output, and that's the only thing I'm going to really accept. So let's put it down. There we go. So now we can come in from here. So let's do that. What did we say on this? Where the output was? Output was okay. That's fine. So we'll just put a wooden shaft here. I just want to try and build something, just see that I've got everything. And fuck it, let's put in the I haven't got it, have I? Shaft cross. So we basically just so we use everything that I've used up to now. And that will make it. Don't really want to get rid of anything there. I guess we're not going to need the. What's that one? That's the clutch. So I think I placed the clutch down already. Yeah, this is the clutch. So it's got this sort of look to it. So let me just try. I just want to try and remember. So we've got bevel gears here, clutch, diamond shaft, DC electric engine, clutch, diamond shaft junction, and then we'll put the. Okay, so we've got the clutch already, so we don't need to put down another one. And then we'll do the other thing that we had, which was the shaft cross. I just want to try and create something a little bit more complicated if I can. Alright, so put the shaft cross down. Alright, this just to illustrate these things, I guess. So the shaft cross, one of the ways it's going to go is it's going to go this way. So I guess I'll put some more shafts here. Maybe a dynamometer as well. Let's put that down. And yeah, so we'll end it. We'll end that bit there. And then let's send some power through here. Yeah, just for the sake of it, really. And we'll put another dynamometer here. So yeah, so basically, and then we'll put down our redstone signal here, and we've got one here already. So yeah, now the one final thing that we need to do is, because we've got our because we've got our shaft junction here, we want to put in 2 inputs here. So let's do that. Again, we're going to do something very simple though. Okay. So let's have a look, see what happens. This is working. We've got so the power is torque times speed. Let's see if you can already see it's not turning, unfortunately. Okay, so nothing's going on here. So let's see what happens when we activate the clutch. That's going to start turning. Turn this one on. So everything seems to be working fine. So the power's added up. Okay. So from this engine itself is providing, you know, torque times speed, 4 times 256, 4 Newton meters times 256 radians per second is 1.024 kilowatts. Going round the corner with the bevel gears. We've got the clutch here, and the clutch is going to be able to stop a lot of different stuff. The clutch probably have a different effect now. Obviously I've got a few more access points here. At this point the 1024 is going through. By the shaft junction, the 1024 power and the 1024 power is being... every single figure is basically being added to it. See, it's 1024, 4256, and at this point it's 248, 256. Of course, the speed is remaining constant, but the other 2 figures are increasing. So yeah, so I think that's that section. That's pretty successful use of all the things that we've discussed so far. So we've got all the shafts here, the dynamometer. We've got the bevel gear going around the corner, we've got the clutch, the shaft junction with 2 inputs and 1 output, and the shaft cross with 2 with the different power transmission lines being able to cross over each other without affecting one another. So that's going to do it for this. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, so hello, welcome to Enhanced Portals. This is going to be a very simple guide on how to create the first kind of portal system that you want to use, just connecting one portal to another. Okay, so yeah, so it's just going to be like this. You just go through, out the other side, and you can go both ways. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start here. We're going to put down some of these portal frame blocks here. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that one of these blocks is the portal controller. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then we're going to do this, build up a little bit. And then we're going to put a dialing device down here. And we're going to make the rest of the blocks portal frame blocks. So we'll just do that briefly. Okay, so you want to do, obviously, for portals you need to do 2 of these because you have to have connecting ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose another location, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing in a second location. And there we go. So there's 2 portals now, each with a portal controller and a dialing device, and the rest are portal frame blocks. So now what we want to do is we want to have something called the dimensional bridge stabilizer, which is the power source for the portal network. You can imagine this as a router. So let's build this router. It's going to be 2 by 3 by 2. So we'll do that. Okay. So there we go. And then we're going to right click on it with a wrench, and you can see that when we right click a second time we get into the interface here. Okay, so if you can imagine this is the router, we're obviously going to need to supply it with power. So I've got this creative energy cell here, and now if we look at if we right click with the wrench, we can see that we've got 20,000 here, 20,000 redstone flux there. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to have to link it together with the portal. Okay, so what we want to do is we then take our location card, we go into the interface, we put a location card here, like this, and you can see it says location set. So now we've set the link between the dimensional bridge stabilizer, and then we're going to right click on the portal controller, if we can find it. I think it's this one. This one? Which one was it? There we go. Portal was initialized successfully. Okay, so then we're going to need to do the same with our second one. Let's get that out. Okay, so we'll go back to this. Click on the wrench. Location set. There we go. And again, we're going to set the... There we go. So now we've connected both of these to the dimensional bridge stabilizer. Okay. So now what we want to do is we're going to have to set the portals up to connect to each other. So you can see we've got this this screen. When we right click with the wrench again, you can see it's initialized now. So we do choose a glyph, and this is going to represent this portal, and we're going to call this portal, we'll call it 3 dots. Okay. So then we click save, and there it is. Okay. And then we're going to go to the dialing device, click that, and we're going to get it to connect to 4 dots. Okay, so then what we're going to do is we're going to click here on the portal controller, if I can find it. There it is. Okay, so we're going to call this one 4 dots. We're going to save that, and then the dialing device, we're going to do 3 dots. Okay, and then we're going to click dial here. You can see both portals have now opened. So if I go through here now, you can see I appear out here. Similarly, if I go in here, it'll take a little bit longer, but there we go. So we come out there. And that's all there is to it. Let me talk a little bit here about what's I've been thinking about in advanced genetics. So we've got the auto scraper, which is like an upgrade from the scraper. The regular kind of scraper here. You recall that I use some of these things. There's a scraper, and there's also this new block called the auto scraper. What we can do with a lot of these blocks is we can actually just do that. If we right click on it, what will happen? Just get rid of that one. Should just be able to right click on the block. I think it worked that time. Get auto output. And that we can seem to do that for all the different blocks. So that's like an overclocker upgrade, auto output upgrade. That's what it is, rather. Was there another upgrade available? I don't think so. Magnifier. Organic drops are a waste product. But yeah, what we do is we put the scales in here. And when we put it, we get a cell. Yeah, and just to explain the basic process, when you put in the scales, you get we get a cell in the analyzer, and then what we do is we go towards the extractor, and we put the cell in the extractor, and from there, what happens is we get a piece of encrypted DNA. So with the encrypted DNA, what we then do is we take that, and we put that in the decryptor, and from there we'll get we'll get told the what parts of the DNA actually has. So they might be different. Well, in those cases, they were actually the same. But so then what we do afterwards is we need to go for a DNA splitter. We can also go for a the auto splitter. Another option we can do at this stage. So if we tried the auto splitter instead, we could take this, and we're always going to get the basic gene back. Because otherwise what actually happens when we put a gene in the splitter is it will actually give us these options. So we can choose like woolly, eat grass, or basic gene, or something like that. So then we could say have woolly or whatever. But here we're always going to get the basic gene out. So it's just a way to make that go faster. Perhaps we could use an auto output there to always get basic genes. Because you do need to use that. This is a combustion generator, which is a new power source block. So when we do this, what we do is we would put in our gene, and we would then have to perhaps put in, say, more basic genes here. So we've got a woolly gene. Put in more basic genes, and then we can get more out there. And then there's the combiner. So we need to basically, what happens is you get a centrifuge. You get an empty syringe. So you take you extract blood like so, and then you put the syringe in the centrifuge to get a centrifuge syringe, like so. And then what happens is you take the so this is in the breeding stage, this woolly gene. But if we could, for instance, get oh yeah, another thing is if we look at I think, what option do we have? I think, what is the thing here? No, you can do this, I think. Yeah, we can see what I've got. So I've got woolly and speed at the moment. They're the ones that I've actually injected myself with so far. So so you can see I've got this speed boost. The woolly thing, I'm not quite sure exactly how that works. There's also the microscope. So if we just get a syringe here, what can happen is it actually analyzes it. So it automatically tells you there's two properties to this syringe, for instance. And yeah, so what this will do is when this finishes, I'm not actually going to wait for it to finish, but when it would finish, what would happen is that it would simply tell me what was in this centrifuge syringe. So let's try this jump one. That's the one you get from horses, I believe. So say we get to this stage where we've got the jump. So what would happen is we'd go through all this. We would have put the jump in there. And then we would have added either more jump genes or or more basic genes. That's why we want to use. That's why the auto splitter is quite handy, because we can then add the basic genes as well. And then we get the centrifuge syringe. So we want to put the centrifuge syringe in like this. So then we want to put the jump on here. So that's in the second slot there. And then we want to centrifuge that. Okay, so once that's been centrifuged, what we can do is we can then inject it. And you can see I've got the jump boost now. The nausea, I believe, wears off. And then if we go into the gene list here, you can see that I've got I've now got speed as well as the jump. So yeah, I mean, and there's what else can we try? Shoot fireballs, maybe. Let's try that one. So we'll take. Okay, so we need to just get some more centrifuge another syringe here. And like I say, this all these will have to go through that whole process though. So we take the shoot fireballs. and put that in. Go for another centrifuge. What else is there here? Destroy blocks, throw potions. So there's a variety of different effects we can have here. Ender health, infinity, slimy, avoid creepers, climb, resistance. There's a number of features here. I'm not too clear about this area though. This you can. Yeah, I know you can get field syringe from mobs, and I believe it also interacts with the genetic. But I may look at this another later bit. There's also insulated helix, and you can also anti-gene. So antigen. So remove some of these qualities. So let's have a look. See what's happened here. I think I did the process correctly there. So now I have shoot fireballs. I'm not actually sure how to do that there. Shoot explosive fireballs. I'll put that on P. I'll just... Perhaps I need a fire charge for that. That would just be a guess. I'm not sure. And to be honest, I'm not sure that all of these even work. I can't get that to work, but at least the speed and jump boost work, I guess. They're certainly, and I believe I do have. It does say I have it in the DNA there. So yeah, I mean, so that's basically. I'm not really too sure what else to talk about this stage with advanced genetics. There's also the transmutator. So get some sort of mutation of genes. I have spoken about most of it here, though. There seem to be 2 blocks for. I'm not quite sure why that is. The death ender chest. DNA remover, transmutation. So there are various different things you can do with removal and splitting. So I may have another look at it. This is a very interesting one as well. So maybe there is more to look at here. So yeah, but I think I'm going to leave it there. So until next time, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to Treecapitator. So Treecapitator is actually a very famous mod, and it's involved with cutting down a tree. All you have to do is you just cut down the bottom piece of the tree, and then the whole tree falls down. But of course, I wanted to go a little bit further, just a little bit further. So what I've done is I've had a little mess around in the config file. So let's have a look. If we take an axe, for instance, let's just see what happens. We're going to take a diamond axe, and we're going to get a birch sapling, and of course we're going to get some bone meal, and we're going to turn the time of day to a bad time of day. And yeah, so I was looking around in the config file, and there's a lot of kind of like there we go. So let's try see what happens when we use this axe on the bottom block here. Not much. Now you may think, well, you haven't got Treecapitator turned on. But in fact, I actually do. The difference is that I'm actually using Treecapitator in a slightly different way you might think. So when we go into the enchants, what I've actually done is you can actually make it so that Treecapitator is an enchantment. So if I scroll to the bottom here, you can see now I've got a Treecapitator enchantment. So let's put Treecapitating 5 on it. And let's try that again, see if it works this time. Same thing, another tree. And there we go, works perfectly. And so what you can do is you can actually, there's a lot of stuff in the config. You can make it so that all the mod items can use Treecapitator. You can make it so that you've got axe. Does this item have to be an axe, or can it be any tool? So that's pretty cool actually. So it gives like a different sort of look, a different kind of feel to Treecapitator. If you actually need to get it as an achievement. And I believe as well, it should actually work. Let's have a look at this. See if I can get this to work. So we're just going to go... We need 15, is it? What's that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so now let's get... let's first of all, let's try with an... okay, so we need to give ourselves levels. How do we do that? It's something like... XP 5000L? What is this one? There we go. Okay, so we've got ourselves some levels now. And let's clear these away and let's see if we can get anything out of this. Okay, so we'll go through. Nope. I may not have added to the dictionary. I believe that. Oh, there we go. There we go. I shouldn't have doubted myself because exactly I have done it. Awesome. All right. So yeah, so it actually works on axes. So you can just use it in a regular enchantment table, and it works on axes. That's really fucking cool, actually. And let's try with a shovel. So this shouldn't really work, but I believe I may have changed the setting for this. So let's see if we can get one. And again, you can see any tool is going to work then. So I think that's enough to corroborate what I'm saying there. But yeah, so that's Treecapitator really. Just showing a slightly different side of it with the enchantment functionality. It's very, very cool, and I've done a lot of cool mods as well to check out, like starting inventory, the armor status mod, and status effect, armor, yeah, all that sort of stuff. I've covered all that stuff previously, so if you do a search on my videos, I'm sure you can find it. Just click the magnifying glass there. But anyway, that's all for Treecapitator, so thanks for watching. Hello, and welcome to mystcraft. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm going to go into a world that I've created. And if we take a look at this world, we can see that this world is completely full of oil. So this is a very, very fortunate world that I got. It's just completely full of oil the whole way through. Endstone and oil. And it's a very, very cool world. So that was fortunate that I got this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go back here. But as you can see, this is a world full of oil. So that's very, very fortunate. And this is completely randomly generated. I didn't use any of the sort of recipe guide for you know, for making pages or any of this stuff. And so that's another thing that I wanted to do, because I don't actually think that the system with the inkwell and the bookbinder, I don't think it makes any difference, if I'm being honest. Of course, if you do use the pages and you put in the right grammar, sometimes you do seem to get something similar to what you set out to get. But a lot of the time, there's actually very little point in using the system at all. The best way to use the system of mystcraft, in my opinion, is all you do is you just find your spot in the overworld that you want to basically make like a sort of hub for all your entrances to another world. And then all you do is you just get yourself a descriptive book, You just get yourself a descriptive book, get a load of linking books, get about 10 linking books, get a load of book stands as well, and then just put all your descriptive books on the book stands. When you get to each world, as soon as you get there, you put a book down, put your linking book there, and then you're very likely to get a lot of very good worlds. So this oil world is going to help me to work on other areas of my series. Now let's show you a different world that I've got. So as you can see, what I've done here anyway is I was actually able to basically put a lot of these books down. There's probably some on the other side as well somewhere. So I've got a lot of different worlds here. So let's see what world this is. Age 13. So we should just be able to do something similar to this. And this hopefully will draw me out somewhere where I want to be. And perfect. Okay, so this is a different world in that you can see we've got these huge mountains of molten redstone. Now there are, I believe, also explosions, which is unfortunate. But while it's unfortunate, it's not necessarily... Oh, actually it is getting decayed, isn't it? So this is going to be a more tricky world to work with, I think. But even so, I would like this molten redstone. And it may be possible to actually get some before the whole world decays. And I can always spawn to new locations as well. So I'm going to have to work with the decay. But having a river of molten redstone is also very good. And this is kind of the important thing about mystcraft. The most important things really nowadays that you're looking for are rivers of molten metal or just in any liquid at all really is kind of what you're looking for. So I think there is actually a liquid guide somewhere, probably in here. Not in the ore dictionary. Game register. Yeah, but there is a liquid dictionary. But the reality is, if you just go to bucket and you can see all the different liquids. So we can see that this is the main thing for mystcraft, I think, to get all the different lakes with different liquids in it. So once you can do that, then things are looking good. Obviously, there's a lot of Tinker's construct. Getting Manuelin dimensions also very useful. But getting all these molten things are quite handy. And that's probably why I say to do the just to do the regular descriptive book linking book method to actually get the portals, because I think, I mean, I guess there are possibilities of using the grammar system to get those ones, but you're never assured of it. And I've made about 40 worlds, and I've already got molten redstone, and that oil world especially was particularly good. I think to have an oil world with no negative properties is obviously going to be very, very useful. More so perhaps than the molten redstone. But then again, I'm not sure, because I'm going to try using the molten redstone with the thermal expansion stuff. But anyway, it's just a couple of worlds I wanted to show there. Like I say, I may yet do the context-free grammar system again. And I've been thinking about ways to do it, whether I should just, because I have a feeling, my sort of feeling is that if you use 7 pages, around 7, maybe 6 to 8 pages in the grammar system, I think that's probably the most likely you're going to get very good. I think once you go with 20, 30 pages, I believe that more different things actually get added the more you put in. So it actually makes it less likely once you get to a certain point of how many you put in. So it's not like add as many as possible and then you've got a perfect chance. It certainly doesn't work like that. But yeah, like I say, I'm going to keep looking at mystcraft. and show off cool new worlds when and if they arise. So thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to Engineer's Toolbox. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get this modular socket, which is the main block in the mod. Then what you're going to do is you need to have two source blocks either side. Then what you're going to do is get one of these water intake things and right click on both sides, and that will intake the water source block, water into the internal tank there. Okay. The next thing you want to do is put this fluid output thing on the top. Okay, now all these things are actually default to off. So what we need to do is we need to check that everything's going to be the same. So we're going to do that. I'm going to 1. You can see the little blue things moving. So now they've all got like this position on there. And this is so they're all sort of, so they're all the same thing. And we get the fluid pipe. And then put a tank down. And it fills up. Right, let's do a cobblestone generator now. Put the modular socket down here. This time we're going to use a lava intake instead of a water intake. There's kind of like 3 separate inventories inside here. Green on the socket remote, which you do to change the mode of the socket remote. That represents the internal inventories, whereas blue represents the internal tanks. There's 3 of each, and obviously the default for both the inventories and the water is off. Okay, anyway, so you've got the item output there, right? So then what we're going to do is put the, we're going to adjust all this. So we're going to go 1 there. So we're going to use inventory 1. You can sort of imagine sort of 3 little people inside this block or something. And there we go. So we're going to need the lava intake. So we'll get the lava from here. And we'll just use any pipe really that can take items, say this one. And before you know it, you've got cobblestone rushing in there, like so. Okay, now let's look at how we can use Engineer's Toolbox to power thermal expansion machines. So put down a modular socket again, put a solar panel on top, we'll have an energy output here, and we'll just put a flux pipe here. If we look here we can see it's building up redstone flux. So it's got a bit in there, just connect it here. And then we're going to have this over here. And you can see it's creating some power there. And it's all draining out from there directly into there. Okay, and another way you can do it is just get a wrench here. Let's just get rid of that. So this is going to stop accruing power. So we're going to put this piezoelectric tile on. Okay. So this is on 46A. Let me get this. And you can see it's gone up there to 4340. And what the piezoelectric tile does is it responds. If we look at the description, generates power and steps on by entities. There's a 10-tick cooldown. So 80 redstone flux. So you can see what's happened there. It's gone up by 80. And yeah, so this would be useful if you had this lower in the ground and you had a large amount of animals here. Similar to the idea of powering a city through the pavement or something like that by it was exactly the same as that idea, in fact. So yeah, so yeah, it's a good. So there's a lot of animals in a small area. They can just simply walk on the piezoelectric tile, and then that will supply redstone flux to some of the machines. And that's all I'm really going to speak about for this episode, so thanks for watching. Hello and welcome back to Blood Magic. Now, recall in the first few episodes, we used the divination sigil to see our sort of life points. So we can see we've got 9,000 life points in this tier 1 blood altar. If we then right click when just simply at the air here, we can see we've got 5,000, which is the maximum capacity for this weak blood orb. We can also see that if we use a sacrificial knife here, take off a few hearts there, take a look at the blood altar now, we can see we're up to 9,800. Okay, so that's all well and good, but what do we do with these blank slates? Well, let's have a look at that. Let's just check briefly that we're in recipe mode, and we'll put this slate in here. So if we take a look at the recipes, you can see we've got the water sigil. This was an item that we created before. Takes 100 life points, and the lava sigil takes 1,000, both for source blocks of water and lava respectively. Now, we've also, of course, made the divination sigil there. So the two items that I want to look at are going to be for the next level of blood altar, and they're the blood rune, which are created like this. We can use stone, or we can use artifice. Obviously, it's in horizons here, and the other one is the speed rune. And you can see we need a blood rune for that, and sugar, and again we need basalt marble. Yeah, in fact, we can't. Yeah, we can use regular stone. Can we use regular stone here? No, we can't. So it's going to be something from artifice. Oh no, we can use regular stone. So this is a higher level item, the speed rune. And what it will do is it will make the tier 2 blood altar work better. Okay, so as it happens, I've got a couple of these here anyway. So let's place them down and see what we can do with them. Okay, so what I've done here is I've basically put 9 of these, 8 rather actually, of these blood runes down. And then in the middle you can put any block, I believe. Probably has to be some kind of solid block. Maybe it's different with transparent or opaque blocks. And then all I do is I put the blood rune, the blood altar rather, down here. And then if we look with the divination sigil, we can see it's a tier 2. Capacity seems to be the same. And if we simply do the sacrificial knife, we can see it's going to fill up again. And we can also do similar with the speed rune. Let's put one of these down. Put down the 8 blocks here. And do I have any normal blocks? There's some grass. We'll put that down here. And we're going to put this down here as well. Fill it up a bit. Okay. So we can see, let's look at what we've got here. So 7,000, fairly consistent, tier 2. And we've got 4,400, consistent, tier 2 as well. So what is the difference between these two? Well, let's try making a weak blood orb again. To do that, recall, we used a diamond. So let's get some diamonds out here. And we're going to see how that gets along. So we'll put a diamond in there. And a diamond in here. Let's have a look. So we should be getting... I might need to just fill this one up a bit more, actually. So we should be getting the weak blood orb out of these. So let's see which one is going to complete first. And of course, as you would imagine, it should be the speed one. There's the speed one. And the other one is still not finished. So yeah, as you can imagine, anyway, it's pretty obvious by this demonstration here. There we go. That you want to be using the speed runes. So yeah, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to carry on talking more about these in the next episode. We're going to focus more on the tier 2 altars. If we look here, we can see still got 5,000. And one other thing that I could do perhaps before we end, which is another kind of interesting side, which as you move on, you do get a few more of these. If we just take this out, if we look with the divination sigil, it still says 5,000. If we do this, I wonder if it will add it on. No, so it seems like you can only really have one of each. But if I throw this one away, let's have a look. Interesting. Alright, well I'm going to think more about this. I'm not sure you're really supposed to have 2 of them anyway, because it doesn't actually get used up in the recipe, much the same as a Philosopher's Stone. But yeah, until next time then, thanks for watching. Alright, it's qcraft, so basically you get this ore, it's called quantum ore. And yeah, you put it down, it's in the bottom 16 layers of the world. You get this stuff called quantum dust. So just grab a stack of that. There it is. Alright, so get a clipboard out. There it is. And there's basically 3 different things you can make from it. So the first thing you can make is this. It's known as the essence of observation. It's to make the most basic quantum block. Second thing you can create is this. It's called the essence of superposition. It's the sort of it makes a quantum block. And then finally you've got the this one, which is the essence of entanglement. And that's like a doubling sort of thing, as you can see. So, you know, to parallelize to, you know, different big block particles or whatever. So yeah, so the next thing you can do is once you've got one of these essences of observations, basically the top face in the middle and the bottom face, basically up, down, left and right correspond to north, west, east and south. Let's try them. So they're going to be north and south. Of course, this is on the XZ plane here. And we'll do something like that. And up and down is going to be, I'm going to leave that blank. So we take this block. Oh, there it is. Alright, so we look at what direction we're facing. You can see we're facing north here. So there we go. Once we're from the north and the south, once we look away, it doesn't always disappear. You'd think it might disappear like here or something, but it doesn't. You have to look away for quite a bit and sometimes go a fair distance from it as well. So you see it's not even disappearing now. But basically it's all about being observed in a similar way to, you know, when you do like the whatever double slit experiment saying, until you observe it, you know, it doesn't resolve or. So yeah, you can see when I'm on different sides of it, it resolves to a different shape, and all the everything is the same. So basically, this is now a block of glowstone. It's not like that is the block anymore. It actually does change into a different block. So yeah, so that is the observer dependent block. Right, the next one is the quantum block. So the quantum block, what you do is you get the essence of, where did I put it? Essence of superposition. Just grab one. Get the essence of superposition, and you do a similar sort of thing. So yeah, let's put one down here. This time I'm going to put down here. I'm going to put down a glowstone. So I'm going to make everything redstone, apart from, there we go, glowstone and sponge. Is that going to work? No. No, it's not. You have to be quite careful. I don't think there's that many blocks you can put down. A lot of the mod blocks not going to work. Glowstone and glass. That should be alright. Alright. So I'm going to put that one down here. Yeah. So where are we again? Facing east this time. Alright, so if I put this one down, you can see you're going to get the redstone on either side. But basically, there's a chance when we're on this side, there's going to have one of those two that I put for east and west. So east and west basically goes into a very small array, and it chooses one for each time. So there's glowstone, there's glass, glowstone, glass. And it's not. It doesn't just alternate. Glowstone. It does alternate quite a lot though. Most of the time, it does need to alternate. There's going to be one where it doesn't actually alternate. And it glass again, maybe. And you can see the transparency is retained and stuff like that. Right, if I get the quantum goggles out, you can put those on. And then the one over here. I'm going to delete it. Yeah, basically you can actually, and if it's a blank face, you should be able to just go directly through it. So if I take them off now, there we go. It's completely disappeared now. All right, so there's that. Yeah, essence of entanglement. If you get one of these blocks, I wonder if you can do it in this. You might be able to. No, you can't. You need a crafting grid for it. But yeah, the essence of entanglement. Take one of these blocks, and it basically just creates two of them. Not a great deal of use for it in creative mode. And yeah, and there's also like kind of teleportation structure as well, where you can swap around. Basically you can swap and move blocks in a similar way to sort of architect, table, and builder. But it's yeah, I'm not really sure I'm going to show that. Basically, what you do is you get these sort of gold blocks, and you only put one face of them as gold. So if I viewed this from any other face, any other 5 faces, so basically you can do like 1 to 5 faces. But if I viewed it from any of the 5 faces, this is how you basically you get it. So they're all gold, and you make the other one gold as well. Then what you do is you get the obsidian, you put it on top to a certain amount, however high you want it to be. You do that in all 4 faces, making sure these are all gold. Then at the intersection at the bottom of all these things, you put down the quantum computer, and the quantum computer is that basically. Yeah, you get like these, like 7 here, glass pane, and which one is it? There you go, quantum dust. That makes a quantum computer, and you need cooling for it in the form of ice. So basically, do that. So you would put down, you know, when there's the intersection between the 4 of these. I'll do the other one. I must have deleted it. Yeah, maybe it's that one. I can't remember now. But yeah, you would basically put down the intersection, and you'd have to make sure that this is why it's yeah, that's not it. I can always just put that down here. Oh, fuck's sake. Yeah, so basically it would be at the intersection. So you say you could have it like there, there. Yeah, it says frame incomplete, and the reason for that is because what you do is you put down the. I wonder if this actually work like this. Put down the obsidian as high as you want it. Let's make it lower. Then on top of it, you have to put a glass block as well. And then yeah, you could use. There's different options. There's like quantize, which I think is movement, and teleport, which is swap. So you can actually create 2 of these things, and you can swap down the contents of whatever is in here. That's the sort of the unique sort of feature of it. Quantize is just like using an architect table and using the builder. And I press energize here. Insufficient cooling. Oh yeah. Not much happens then. Oh yeah, I got rid of those. But yeah, this is basically how you've got to have it set up. And yeah. So yeah, that's about it for now, I think. So thanks for watching, and welcome to translocators. What I want to do is I want to do like a steam network, boiler network rather. I've basically got an ender chest full of coal. It's getting the export bus from the well, there's no coal in there at the moment, but yeah, it's basically put everything, all the coal's going directly into here, and there's a system there. So basically, what I want to do, right, is I want to set the boiler up. So to get the boiler up, we need to get the firebox down. So let's just do that. So I'm going to put it right here. Okay, so you need it. It's 3 by 3, and then what you need to do is you need to yeah, and I'll get to, and basically translocators are going to be used to fill it up. Translocators basically can transfer items or liquids from one place to another, and this is sort of just the way to do it. So just make it this size. Okay, so there's the boiler. So we can see we've got steam boiler here. So it's going to need water, which it hasn't got, and it's going to need coal as well. The coal I'm going to put in from there. Now, what I did underneath is, yeah, it's basically an aqueous accumulator there, and it's got different source blocks. So if I put a liquid duct in there, like that, then you can see the water's going to start going in. Okay. And yeah, I think I can pretty much cover the whole thing up now. And this is going to be getting pretty much consistently increasing water forever, basically. So there's that. And next thing I want to do is get the coal going in there. So this is where the translocator is going to come in, and in a way is the reason for this video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something like this. I'll put the translocator, maybe I'll put the ender test too close actually. Can you do it like this? Yeah. Okay. And then do the filter, and then I want coal, which I don't actually have. I can always just get one, get a few, it doesn't really matter. Put coal in there. And how am I going to turn this thing on? Alright, yeah, you just have to right click with an empty hand, like many things. Alright, so that should be putting all the coal in. Then obviously the steam. So yeah, I mean that's literally all you have to do, the whole thing. And then in theory you just keep on adding to the inventory through other ways. It's got cool animation to it. So I guess that's about it really. There's not really much else I can talk about here. It doesn't matter how, like, if we look at what's going on in the inventory here, you can see it's constantly getting more stuff. It's constantly full. Obviously it's going up in temperature. Aqueous accumulator is working fine. So that's really about it. So that's sort of like how I'm going to go more into translocators though in another episode. But until then, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to creepercollateral. Now, as you can see, I've just put up a selection of random mod blocks here. And what this mod does is actually, it ensures that the items don't actually get destroyed. Now, I believe that in vanilla Minecraft it's about 0.3, so a large amount of the items will get destroyed. Here, though, it's 1, which means nothing is going to get destroyed. There's also a configuration option for if you wanted to apply to vanilla blocks as well. You can. It defaults to applying to everything though. But you can change that so that the vanilla blocks are still going to get destroyed. So let's have a look. So I'm not sure exactly how many items we've got here, but let's just And let's just see if we can look at how nothing is going to get destroyed. Obviously you still see, oh well, nothing is getting destroyed because the creeper can't destroy this stuff. Well, I guess we could try, let's just try some fillers then. So we'll place down 5 fillers. We'll go, there we go. So we've got 5 fillers placed down. We'll now get a creeper to explode right by it. And there you go. See, normally all those fillers would have been destroyed, but now I've managed to collect them all back up, which is pretty cool. So as you can see, creepers, as it is, cannot. There's certain blocks they can't destroy anyway. I did choose some quite strong blocks though. So yeah, if we just look at, but yeah, buildcraft seems to be okay. IC2 machine's probably going to be all right. Let's get some solar panels out. Actually, it's easy just to take it here, isn't it? I wonder if these solar panels actually can get taken out. But yeah, so I mean, that's basically what it does. It's very. So we'll put down 5 of these. There's actually a creeper here. Don't even need to spawn one. Let's get it to spill out right here. So yeah, not sure actually. Maybe I did not get those actually. Let's try that again. So maybe, I'm not sure it works on all blocks then. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah, when they blow up anyway, they actually do that. So that doesn't actually change that sort of mechanic. Let's try this solar panel, see what happens with this one. I haven't actually done anything on advanced solar panels yet, so that'll be interesting. So yeah, these seem to stay exactly the same. But yeah, obviously there are some items that are actually going to fall apart when you break them anyway, if you don't use a wrench. So obviously that still happens. But yeah, I mean, I could try. Let's try some forestry items, perhaps. So these will probably be fine. Obviously, so with certain other mods, it's not going to work quite as effectively. So there we go. We've got 5 down here. There we go. They're fine as well. So yeah, so that's basically what creepercollateral does. Just gonna kill some of this stuff. So let's do that. Yeah, so that's what creepercollateral does. It doesn't seem to stop things reducing into another phase with certain items, but with a lot of items, obviously it doesn't destroy certain mod items, like those were MFFS items. They were quite new ones though. They're not the regular MFFS ones. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, one other thing actually is that all this is sort of part of a series of mods, including something gate copy as well. Gate. That's a mystcraft item, I believe. But yeah, there is going to be some more stuff that I can do with gates. That may actually be a command line tool, but that's going to be coming up. The gate copy one is going to be coming up very soon. It's going to be linked with this, and I'll talk more about that. There's a few mods involved with that, but I'll talk about that in their separate videos. But yeah, I thought I'd mention it now anyway. So thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to nucleum-omnium. So what I'm going to do in this episode, just go through some of the commands that you can use basically. This is like a core mod, so it basically includes several, commands. So if we do, for instance, /tps, and we can see that I've created these different ages. And you can see we've got an age here, age 4, which is the one I've just come out of, and you can actually directly teleport to each of these different areas. So for instance, if I just wanted to go straight back there, what I would do is I would do tpx, I'd put the age number, I'd put my username, and then I would put wherever I want to go in that particular world. So say I want to go to 250, 8250, Is that not the command? Subject, player name, target player name. No, maybe it's the other way around actually. There we go. So I'm going to go back into this world. Hasn't put the right coordinates in there. Oh, there we go. It's not a bad landing spot there. This is funny. Yeah, and then if I want to go back out, I go to the overworld. So I'll go put my name, target dimension. Well, not that. And then like that. That should take me, for some reason doesn't have it, obviously doesn't say at the moment correctly, but after a few seconds it will just reload it and I'll be where I want to be. So yeah, so there's that. Now you can also go to the nether in this fashion. Yeah, so we'll do that. So as you can see, the nether is -1, so I'll put -1. Now with the nether, it's slightly different. So for instance, if I wanted to go to the point, say 100, 120, 100, what I'd need to do is basically divide the coordinate I want to go to by 8. So let's just pretend it's, you know, just for simplicity's sake, I'll just say it's 96, 120, 96. So in that case, what I would do is I'd put an 8 here, and then I would put 120, and then I'd put 8. So because it's obviously the X and Z coordinates. So that should take me into the nether, round about 100, 100 on the X and Z. 96 it will be. So let's see if that's going to work. That took me to 8. Oh yeah. So if I wanted to go there, actually, it would be... Yeah, it would, yeah, 90, yeah, you have to divide by 8 rather. So if I wanted to go to 96, it's going to be that then. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and that's the way to get around the nether. You just divide it by 8 to get to do that. Then I can go back into regular world, and then yeah, that will just put me in the right coordinates there. And then the next thing I want to do is, if I just, well, it's not the best ground for it. Let's just go somewhere else actually. If I just do very brief Twilight Forest portal. So I'll jump into the Twilight Forest. And let's try and just sort of go around all the others. So basically, from what I can tell anyway, you can go through the overworld, nether, and the mystcraft ages, but you can't do. But yeah, with nether you have to change the coordinates. Twilight Forest, I believe, is similar to the overworld and the mystcraft ages. So I'll just wait for it to load. It takes about 20 seconds for it to load. But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what else I had to say about this. Yeah, this is like this thing, nucleum-omnium, is like it's like a core mod, and it supports various other mods, which I'm actually going to be covering in other videos and other series. And it's, you know, it's like a backbone sort of thing. But yeah, it does do the ticks, you know, the ticks per second. Obviously, there's 20 ticks in a Minecraft. You know, well, in a second. According to Minecraft, there's 20 ticks. So let's just see what we've got. So if we do TPS now, you can see it's registering. It's not actually. It doesn't, for some reason, doesn't register the ages here. I guess they get unloaded. But yeah, so I could probably go through. So I think I'd want to go back into the either the overworld or the Nether, if I didn't want it to go to a mystcraft age. But yeah, this is similar sort of thing anyway. So it's basically 7. So if I wanted to, but obviously if I just wanted to go somewhere around here, did that right? Yeah, okay. But if I just wanted to go somewhere around here, I'd probably just use TP again, I think, and that would be local to where I actually am. So that'd be, yeah, so that would work fine. So there's obviously, you can use TP or TPX. If you use TPX, I think you do have to specify the dimension though. This may actually work with dimensional doors as well. I haven't covered that yet, but I'm not sure if that works like that. It might well do though. But yeah, if I wanted to go back to the overworld, I would just, I could just do that. And so we're back in the overworld now. Okay, so it's still registering that. I believe it was 4, wasn't it? The mystcraft age. So let's go back into the mystcraft age. There we are. So what's going to happen if we do TPS now? Okay, so it seems there's only... But then can I go from here? This is the question. Can I go from here? We'll see. Let's see what happens. You may need to go... No? That seemed to work alright. Let's try the reverse procedure. Yeah, looks alright. So yeah, so that's basically all I really wanted to do in this episode, just to show sort of traversal between different dimensions. So until next time, thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to forgemultipart. So the most important thing I want to talk about here is this fact. If we do that, we can see, yeah, so there's 5 torches right there. And basically, like, if you look at the bottom face, you can basically have 4 around. So basically 5, I believe, is the most you can actually get. Obviously, you can't place torches upside down. This is quite a significant thing. And if you do it with, you can do it with redstone torches as well, I believe. So, again, up to 5. Okay. So the next thing that you want to look at is there's all these sort of, I wonder if I can just go straight into it. Yeah, you can actually. So what you can do is, as you can see, all these things like similar to red power, but there's also similar to the red power sort of like you know, these covers, there's panels, there's strips. There's a couple of new ones. There's a notch and a nook. It's not yeah, and similar to Amoebus microblocks as well. Obviously not quite as it's not as far as something like little blocks though. But that's not. I mean, yeah. So yeah, what you can do is you can basically just place a lot of these custom. You can place like custom things in here. Yeah, I think that just overdid it there. But yeah, you can do multiple of these custom things, and you can mix and match all of them. And yeah, there's, as you can imagine, there's a fair amount in there. So yeah, now the next thing I want to talk about is you can also do levers as well. Now levers work a bit differently. So I can't just put 5 in here. All I could really do is put 2. But even so, there's a little bit of clipping. But even so, that is and all the blocks, all the sort of control blocks, are all going to still just work just as well. Now, so just do that. You can see they're all working just as well. So that's cool. And yeah, I mean that really is about it at the moment. So yeah, it's just these features. Put multiple items in one block, and yeah, and it's still all working with. Yeah, you can see it actually, and it works exactly how you would expect it. So yeah, And if you saw briefly, and some of the other things like doors and trapdoors, not really. They're not quite doing the same thing. Yeah, so you wouldn't be able to. Actually, is that in the same block? No, it's not. That's in a separate block. And doors you can't do anything with. But from what I can tell, most of the control stuff is the same. But yeah, there obviously are a few additions. But yeah, anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to the fallingmeteormod. That is what is known as a comet kitty. And what that actually is a fairly unique type of meteor that produces these cats. They're actually from space, comet kitties, as you can see. If we just get some fish, we can actually tame these things. So let's try and do that. There we go. So that kitty is now tamed. I think it's tamed anyway. I probably shouldn't just chuck snowballs at it. But yeah, like I say, this is the fallingmeteormod. I'm going to just, I'm not going to bother too much with this. I'm going to just, in the first episode, I'm going to just show the different types of meteor. There's a lot of things you can do. You can make armor. You make armor and tools with these things called meteor chips, which are found in the actual blocks in the ground. I believe I've actually come across this before. And you can make all these different types of, and you can see we've got the spade, the axe, the sword, and pickaxe. So it's got a spade, which is nice. And there's crash detectors. We can there's different types of meteor, as we can see here. We've got the regular meteor, meteorite. Okay. So that must be just I think this is a generic one. And that will. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, the meteor summoner will spawn a random meteor, and then the types. We've got 4 types. We've got meteorite, frezarite, kreknorite, and unknown. So these are all the different types of meteor, and they all have different properties. Some of them will, and none of them actually are that kitty one. I think that's just a rare thing. And yeah, so we're going to try different types now of meteor. And then in the next episode, I'm going to talk more about the tools and the enchantments, the timers, the detectors. Yeah, that's more that sort of stuff, really. So you can, that's what it looks like anyway. And they all add different things, like the tools will add magnetization, slowing enemies, burning enemies, mining underwater, and the armor will add magnetization, magnetization, walking on water, fire immunity. Let's get on with it. So you see it goes like an ender pearl, incoming meteor. There it is. I should check because there are. Yeah, I'm on the regular mode, so we might get some stuff spawning. So there we go. You see, we've got an alien creeper. That is very handy, actually. Where did that alien creeper go? He just disappeared in here. And you can see, this is actually the I wasn't actually going to show this, but you can see that this is actually the magnetization of it. That's pretty cool. And if I had to get rid of it, it will stop. And then it would simply be a case of alright. Holy shit. Let's get the pickaxe. Hopefully we won't get any more spawning. Right click in hand to add enchantment. Now you see, there we go. And in fact, that is actually accessible. Yeah. So that's good. I'm not sure if cold touch is the other one, but it's good because at least I know what this is for. Alright, so that disappeared in an interesting way, didn't it? Let's get a pickaxe again. And you can see we get more chips. So when there's a meteor, and you would use the detectors and stuff, which I'll talk about again later on. And there's different types of block here. And yeah. Okay, so we see what a regular meteor looks like. So I guess it's only going to make sense now to go through the other ones here. So yeah, we'll do... which one did I do? Meteorite, yeah. So that's correct. And now I want to do the Frezarite. So let's do the Frezarite. Here we go. So here comes... Let's just turn to creative quickly. So the Frezarite has some interesting things. It seems to spawn this sort of icy substance, which is like got the texture of glass. See if we can mine it. Probably not. You can see when you right click it actually turns into a... So let's find some more of this stuff. So it's like a frozen sort of thing. No. So that doesn't do a great deal. It just makes, it just makes the effect similar to sort of TNT or something. All right, next one. We have Kreknorite. I've gone a bit far there. Recognise that villager? Oh wow. I wonder if that happens every time. That is pretty cool actually. Let's just try another one. Oh, I don't even know where this went there. Where did it go, that one? I kind of missed that one. That's not so good. Let's see what blocks we got here then. Well, a lot of obsidian down here now. Just like to build a quick path here. Let's just see what this is. No. So that didn't do much. But you can see we get a nice fortress all the same with a portal. I'll probably just close that up. Got some glowstone as well, so that's pretty cool, that meteor. The final one is Unknown Meteor. So this one should be interesting. I'm going to do it right about... I'm just going to make sure I actually know which way it's going. There we go. Oh shit. This creates a lot of fire. Oh, interesting. So it's like a mix of the others, and there's a chest inside which contains more summoners, chips, red meteor gem. Interesting, I haven't heard of that. But anyway, actually it's right there, isn't it? But yeah, this was just a sort of intro, so thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to Nuclear Control. So first thing we're going to do is put down a nuclear reactor, and we're going to put down some glass fibre cable. Then we're going to put down MFSU, connect it up. Okay, then we're going to put down a bit more, and we're going to connect another nuclear reactor. And why not just put another one on the other side as well? Yeah, fuck it, I guess it will go there. In fact, what I could do is I could put one here. One here. Alright. So here we've got an interesting formation. Alright. Let's put some redstone out the back. Okay. Let's do it around here. Okay. All right. All right. So we've got a load of nuclear reactors, and oh, this one's not being turned on. Alright, so we've got a few nuclear reactors. What we want to do is fill it with these 10k coolant cells. But first we want uranium. So let's put some uranium in. We're going to do 3 to start off with. Actually, we'll just do 3 because the chamber's quite small. So the best way to do this is to put them all next to each other. Because basically, if we have 1 uranium cell on its own, it's going to provide 5 EU per tick. If we have 2, it's going to provide 20 EU because it doubles the output. If we have 3, it's going to provide 35 EU because it's basically what it's going to do. It's going to look at the amount of adjacent uranium cells in the inventory. So basically, what will happen is that the middle one will get 15, and the other ones will get. The other ones will get 10, making for a total of 35. So it makes sense because when you had 2, you got 20, which means it's double. Which, you know, in this case, only the top one and the bottom one are getting 10. All right. So then what you need to do is just basically surround it all with coolant cells. And I'm not really happy with these coolant cells. In nuclear control, you can use coolant cells. You can also use these things: reactor heat vents, overclocked heat vent, advanced heat vent, with advanced heat vent being the best one. They're all pretty good, but the thing is, though, is that for this, for what I found out, is that 10k is just not really. And by the way, the 10k cells are made by putting tin in a up and down, left and right around water cell. So yeah, the 10k is not basically good enough, which is that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just get I'm going to get some 30k coolant cells, which are basically 3 10ks surrounded by 6 tin. So we'll just get loads of these, and yeah, which one were we working with? No, this one, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we're just going to surround these like this. Okay. So if we then turn this on, you can see none of the other ones are turning on because I haven't put anything in them yet. These are all working. And if we get the EU reader, you can see it's getting 35. There's nothing going on here. And it's actually connected. It's 35 even in this spot here on the left, which is quite interesting. Alright. We look here, you can see it's building up nicely. Alright. 35. But let's try and basically what's going to happen is it's going to go up by 35 each time I do the additive stuff. So let me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fill these up in exactly the same configuration. Let's see what happens. Alright, so let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's turn them on again. Signal's not getting far enough. Let's get repeater out. Okay. So look, 35, 35, 105, 35, 175, 175, so 35 times 5 is 175, and that's what's going in at the moment. So as you can see, that is filling up. It's already, you know, literally I've just finished. I just turned it on, and the speed at which it's going up is very, very fast. So it's going to power a lot of stuff at the moment. So yeah, I mean that's basically really the basics of nuclear control. In the next few episodes, I'm going to be going into the heat vents. I'm going to talk about all the other stuff related to nuclear control. So that's it. About now. Oh, what the fuck, man. There we go. Exactly what I wanted. So just it's a bit awkward. I think. Okay, now we're in it. Now we are seriously in business. Let's try some random frames. What's this Nova frame business? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that one was the one that looked kind of interesting anyway. Let's put in some frames in. 2 each will do. Not there. I don't know if it would even like that frame. It may just not like it. I certainly don't want to put that many in there. I'm surprised it even lets you put in multiple like that. We can just shift click like that. Okay. You see, he's dealing with some crazy fucking bees around here. I'm just curious about, because the thing is, to be honest with you, this the reason I'm doing this is because I was trying to get a pig to get struck by lightning. What the fuck is that, man? Holy shit. This might be very, very good. I think one of you is going to get struck by lightning, mate, because this is all over the fucking place. What the fuck, where'd they all go? They're all dead. Yeah, it. Oh, you saw it. Oh shit. Here we go, here we go. Oh man. Okay. So I was just thinking, that last video I was thinking, shit, this is going to take me a long fucking time to do. And then you just get the extra bees out. There we go. That is so fucking awesome. Hello and welcome to Minefactoryreloaded Part 1. First thing I want to talk about is the rubber trees. Now, as you may obviously know, you get the IC2 rubber. When you get that, you just get sticky resin. But if you look in other times in the swamp, you can find these trees, and these have got much greener leaves. So we just get ourselves an axe. We'll just take a diamond. Well, sorry, an axe, not a pickaxe. Chop these down. We can see that it's not quite the same as the ICT trees. So what happens is we get rubber, we get rubber wood, and we get this this Minefactory reloaded. Well, I'll just call it Minefactory for now, because it's quite a wordy title. Sapling. So what we want to do is let's just get a furnace. I think we'll just choose a regular furnace for now. Get some coal. Just put this down here. Put our furnace down. Then what we want to do is we want to get this rubber, and we want to cook it with some coal. And what that's going to do is, I believe it's going to give us something called rubber bars. As you can see, there we are, we've got a rubber bar. And so what you need to do with the rubber bars is then you need to smelt them one more time. So let's just get rid of that for now. And once we smelt them a second time, okay, we'll get one more. We get raw plastic. And raw plastic, we then going to need to get, we get 4 raw plastic. I'll just get some here. Get some raw plastic. And we'll just get our crafting table. Okay. So we get 4 raw plastic and put them in a grid like this. And that's going to give us plastic sheets. And plastic sheets are going to be very, very useful for what we actually need to do, because this is where all the mod comes in. It's a very, very, very interesting mod, and there's quite a lot to it actually. But the plastic sheets are really, that's from the rubber trees in swamps, are the most important thing, and they're the sort of like what you get up to. So then, what we need to think about, we need to get some tools first. The tool is called a hammer. This is it, a precision sledgehammer. Let's look at the recipe for this. As you can see, 3 plastic sheets and 2 sticks. Okay. We can also, there's also a machine block we're going to need, not to be confused with the other machine blocks. I believe it's this one. And as you can see, it's 3 plastic sheets and 3 stone. So in other words, we can create the machine blocks and the hammers in this fashion. And there's also something called ceramic dies, and you can see that we can actually make ceramic dies in each of the 16 colours. So yeah, just checking to see they're all there. I might actually be able to work out how many items are actually in this whole thing by because if if you just measure it. But anyway, I won't do that now, because that wouldn't be too useful. All right. So with that in mind, let's just get some of the items. So we said we need the machine blocks. Like I say, the very, very easy factory machine block, and the hammer. Very, very easy to craft. It's called the Precision Sledgehammer. Okay, that's quite a good name. So the next thing we need to do is we need to look towards animal breeding. Now, animal breeding is going to be very, very useful, and is definitely a key feature of the mod. There's various other elements within the mod I'll get to in later episodes, but for now I want to think about animal breeding. Okay, so I've realised that Ray's minimap, which was a video I did just before filming this one, is not actually included in the launcher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the animal breeding next time, and now I'm going to show you the footage that I did for Ray's minimap. Hello and welcome to Ray's minimap. Now this is a good time to do this mod because it's actually just got a new update, and as you can see I've just made a waypoint here. Waypoints are something in the game to isolate areas that you like, and what you can see is it appears in the colour you want here, and it has this sort of thing, a bit like a beacon here. And one of the interesting things is if we go far away, well, not particularly far away, just somewhere. This is a cool area I've got here, right next to spawn as well. That's awesome. You can see also, but yeah. So So we just go to waypoints here. We can click on it, and then we just click teleport to, and then we're straight back at a waypoint. So it's like, I mean, that is very, very useful. It almost makes this teleportation issue. Something which I covered in the recent industrialcraft video. I don't know. I mean, it's another way of doing it. That's for sure. I mean. And it's a very, very good way of doing it. As you can see, there's a lot of menus. We've got Old North on, and that actually changes. I'm not quite sure how that works there. You can choose to hide the map. You can choose to hide the coordinates. You can choose the location of the map. We can also choose the, we've got here, terrain depth. We can choose off. Still looks pretty good actually, if we just get out of it. Yeah, that gives you a real good idea of what biome you're in. Press M, of course, to actually access it. It's the default key. And we'll just go back into this menu. We'll turn it back on now. The slope, height, or both. Block transparency on or off. Yeah, and these are grid lines for chunks. Biome overlay, solid, transparent, or off. Chunk grid there, you can see it's being toggled on and off. I quite like to have it on there. Biomes on or off. Water transparency, you can see the water there just slightly changing. May as well leave that on. There's a lot of stuff here. Beacon, signs, or both. So you can alter that. Yeah, it's just pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, we can see, let's have a look. So we've done all those, and yeah, I mean this, I love this interface. Controls, we can see we've got some controls. Actually, we've got the menu, which I can't actually see. Okay, that's why it's like that, because it can't be unbound. But all the others, you can do the key bindings. Radar. Now radar is quite new. I think you see player helmets, icon filtering, show players, show neutrals, and hostiles. So we can see here's all the villagers here. When we do turn neutrals on, icon outlines, hostile enemies, pretty obvious. You can hide the whole menu. But yeah, I mean, size, obviously, large is probably best. You can change from a square to a circle, or prefer circular. I do know what this Old North thing is. I remember it's like that all the enemies tend to head like west or something. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I know that the enemies or even neutral mobs will actually head towards a certain direction just naturally. They're sort of inclined to do that. And yeah, I've done that one as well. So I mean, really, I mean, it's a very, very important mod, and there's so much to it that yeah, it really is. It's going to be very, very useful. And I'm also going to talk about, this is actually the first village I've ever found. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to talk about villages a bit more because there's several different types of villages, and I may that may come up in a upcoming Minecraft features episode. But until that time, that is all for now. Hello, welcome to Death Timer. So this is going to be a lot of command line type stuff. Let's see what we can find. Alright, we're going to go over here. So basically what this mod is if you watch my nucleum-omnium episode, a lot of the arguments and parameters and stuff are dependent on the TPS. So let's just check we've got this here. So there we go. So we've got the nether, we've got the overworld. Yeah. So you can see there, I put in, if I do timer/help, we can see the usage. So we've got list, add name, time, dimension, stop, name, sound, name, point. So yeah. So let's try and do this then. So we do timer add. And it's supposed to be about your death point, so I may actually have to die to get this to work. So I guess I'll call it death point. Time. I wonder if that is in ticks. It might be in ticks, or it might be in... I'm going to put... Well, if I put... yeah, I'm going to put, say, 100. Okay. And I suppose I can put my coordinates here, can't I? I'll just put it. I'll put it in like that. Just well, I mean that might be the wrong thing to do, and I suppose. Okay, so there we go. So you can see basically that there's added it, and you can see that on the top here we've got a little arrow as well pointing. So when it's got up there, but when I actually get there, it doesn't actually do anything. I don't think. Okay. So it seems to be. It just goes. It doesn't tell me what's going on there. So I put in a yeah. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, by doing that, it makes it very easy to find actually by having the distance away. And it doesn't actually do anything when that happens. So what I might do very quickly is let's just get. I've actually got a mob right here, and I'm on easy, so that's good. Let's go into survival and die, I guess. Try and do it. You can see it's changing colour. Well, I've got. It's probably not going to kill me fast enough, especially not with this on. There we go. Come on. So there we go. You can see it says death chunk loaded. And now we can see this has changed to item despawn in 5 minutes. So that is actually a default setting which has already been set. So I respawn. Now you can see I've spawned miles away from it. So it's keeping it loaded, and it's telling me that my items are going to despawn in 5 minutes. Okay. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. I might want to go back into creative just for a second, just in case I get. Well, I suppose I can just make it daytime again here. All right. So it's telling me that's going to happen in 4 minutes. So yeah. So what if I wanted to stop this time? If I do timer death point stop. No, wait. Actually, I've done the syntax wrong. Timer stop death point. Let's try that. So maybe that wasn't what I called it. What if I just do timer stop? No, it looks like I did call it that. Timer stop, def point. Timer stop. That timer doesn't exist. So it must have been that timer just got removed, and this timer... So what is this timer called? I mean, maybe it's called item despawn. Maybe it's just a default timer that just initiates itself. I mean, that's called this. It is. Okay. Alright, so that's what it's called. Alright, so it concatenates your username onto it. Right. So, yeah. Alright. And the next thing we've got then, timer sound. So how's this going to work? Timer sound 14. Alright, let's add another timer because I don't think I can put a sound on it until it's actually existing. Alright, so timers... Alright, yeah, this is where we start doing this silly stuff. Alright, no, I want to try, just try and keep it a little bit fucking sensible. Short timer. And once we don't add any arguments here, let's see. Let me just, which button is it? Alright, so that disappeared already. So that just adds that there. What about this? Fire.fire. No, I think I actually need to put the actual timer name in here. Timer sound. And then what? Do I just put like this is the it's supposed to be, it's volume and pitch though, so I need to put the name, the volume and the pitch. And it doesn't, and I haven't got enough parameters for that. Sound, name. How many parameters do I need then? Aha, 4 parameters. Okay, so I need 4 parameters for this. So 1 parameter is going to be the timer thing. Then I want the ID of the sound. Yeah, so that's going to be the timer name. Then I've got the ID. What about this? What if I do fire.fire. ID is 14. Volume 2 and pitch is 20. Actually, I should have checked out what the volume. I'm not sure what the volume range is. Alright, well that's okay, let's put that back in then. Alright, let's see, timer stop, short timer. Goodbye. Add short timer with 10. Current sound, null volume. This won't work, is it, if it's only got 3? Alright, I'll come back in a second.